This can't be all that you are. This can't be all that you are. This can't be all that you are.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to This Era, the show that talks about the many sides of me. I'm Kevin, your host, and today we're talking about reducing friction by forming good habits and helping not only your emotional state, but the time you save. All right, guys, let's just jump right into this episode. I'm so excited. I feel like I've recorded this episode before, and but I didn't. So that's kind of odd to me. I don't know why. I have this like weird deja vu thing where I'm like, I recorded this episode, and so when I saw on my notes here, and like I looked everywhere in, you know, my episode list and everything, I didn't record it. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do this live on this podcast right here. And I'm going to look at my note, my podcast stuff here and see if I have it recorded. No, I don't. I only have 2 other episodes here, at the time of this recording. But yeah, reducing friction is today's episode. I've been wanting to record an episode about this. This is, I'm not going to go into like, what's it called, in order, whatever. So I want to note to anybody listening that there's going to be different, like I'm obviously doing things in like a flow state. So nothing's really super planned, but this episode has like some stuff planned that probably won't pop up in like other episodes in this season. So don't be all weird, you know, that's just because I'm doing it like here and there in different ways. But I'll eventually find that rhythm and keep it the way that I like doing. So anyways, hi everyone. If you haven't already subscribed to my episode, to my podcast here on, if you listen to Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to it, I'm sure there's a feature to subscribe and follow. So I would very much appreciate if you did that for any new episode that I release. But yeah, so let's start off with this episode's top thing here. What's making us happy? So take a moment very quickly, not very quickly actually, very calmly. Take a moment to think about what is making you happy. Is there anything that has happened lately, recently, that has made you quite joyous? Just for a second. It doesn't have to be, you know, this particular thing or whatever. It doesn't have to make you happy for a long time. It could just be a tiny little moment of joy. But what's making you happy? What's making us happy? Let me start off with me. I got this cute little boba keychain thing the other day, yesterday, for that matter, yesterday at the time of the recording of this episode, which was Sunday. And I went to this boba place with a friend, and I got this cute little keychain, and it looks like a little matcha thing. You can hear the little keychain here. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Let me hit them. I don't think you can hear it, but it's right there. It's this keychain that looks like a little, what's it called? A mason jar kind of glass thing with the handle, and then it has this green resin, which looks like matcha, and then it has like these boba balls inside, and then a straw. And what's so cute about it is that like the straw is like, it has a little bit of that green matcha resin thing inside, so it kind of looks like it's like being sipped, you know? I don't know. It's so cute. So that's I'm over here having a little stroke, sweetie. I'm so sorry. That's what brought me a little bit of joy. I also wanted to note, what brought me a little bit of joy today is I went for a walk. My body's not used to it. I'm very out of shape, sweetie. This gay is very out of shape. I'm so sorry. And so yeah, I went to go for a little walk, and that sort of added to my peace and serenity today, productivity, whatever, in the morning too. So I woke up, I made a protein shake, and I went for a walk, and I feel good, you know, it makes you feel good. I did burn some calories, and yeah, I don't know. So that's, oh, oopsie, got a little burp, sweetie. if you're like not fond of like weird mouth noises, I'm so sorry. But you're gonna have to get used to it. So yeah. Anyways, that's what's making me happy. So yeah, what's making you happy? All right, guys. So this episode is talking about reducing friction. What do I mean by that? So in the intro, I said reducing friction by forming good habits and helping not only your emotional state, but the time you save. What do I mean? So let's just jump right into some points here that I wrote down. Some points here. I have a little tea ready. Every time, it's always tea time here in the podcast. So make sure you grab your tea and listen. So the environmental awareness. Let's talk about environmental awareness. What can you do in the environment that you are in? Now, this could be your room. This could be work. Oh, my phone is on. Hold on. Let me just put my phone on silent, sweeties. Okay. Environmental. Okay. Environmental awareness. So what can you do in your environment? And like I said, the room, it could be your room. Personally, I love my room. My room is like the go-to place that I would probably use as an example. So I will use that as an example too. Your office space, your home, the home itself, anything, the environment. What can you do to remove friction? Now, let's talk about the friction here. Friction can be like, okay, so let me bring an example here. I'm trying to think. I'm looking around my room and saying like, what's friction? Okay, so I want a tissue. Now, I could walk all the way over here to my desk where I have some tissues. But sometimes I'm very relaxed on my bed at night and I want to get a tissue. So what did I do in my environment, in this particular environment, which is my bed, my relaxation place? What did I do to remove friction? I put another very aesthetically pleasing to the eye tissue thing from Kleenex, not sponsored. Kleenex, if you're listening to me, can you sponsor me? I have so many allergies. Okay. And so anyways, it's right there next to my bed on my nightstand. So I can quickly grab a tissue and blow my nose or do whatever, whatever tissues are required, And so that's a way that I reduced friction in my personal life here, my room. This reduced the amount of time it takes to do the task, which was, what's this task today? It was to grab a tissue. I know it's so stupid. I know. Now, what else? So what do I do? Another example that I can give out here is I go to work, right? So I work and I want to point out that there's a lot of people that I know personally that they use I don't know. Okay, maybe this is just of my nature or like whatever, but I noticed that they struggle by they do a task, like something, but they do it so long, like they do it like for a while, like they take forever to do it. And so what do I mean by that? Like they, instead of like waking up and like everything's ready for them or something, I don't know, something, they take forever to like prepare for the day or something, like for their work, for example. And so an example that I can bring up with my personal thing is that before I go to work the next day, the day prior at night, like not night, but like in the evening, I prepare my morning shake that I drink in the morning, the morning of work. And I prepare my lunch bag and any lunch essentials that I need to prepare before making the actual lunch. Sometimes like I make a sandwich for work, right? So instead of making the actual sandwich the day before, I don't want it to get soggy or weird. I kind of prepare like the little loose items, like the little paper bags that I have to put my chips and the paper bag that I put my sandwich in. I make sure that there's like a sparkling water in the fridge to be cold for when I put it into my lunch bag. And then I make sure that there's water in my lunch bag. There's a water bottle. I have a little protein bar, a energy gummy, which is just like this natural gummy from Cause. It's a brand I like. And my ID and things like that. Just the essentials that I need for the day, for the work day. And then I wake up in the morning, I grab my shake from the fridge, I drink it. While I'm doing that, sometimes I would probably like prepare like my things for the sandwich. So like bring the mayonnaise and everything, the bread. I love bread. My bread is good. And anyways, guys, I don't know. My brain is so weird. And I make while I'm drinking my shake, I'm making my sandwich. And look at that. That's such another example of reducing the amount of time it takes to do the task. What did I do? I'm making a sandwich while I'm drinking my shake. That just removes so much time. Like, you have no idea. Like, I know, like, it probably sounds like a little dumb, but like in reality, the way that I have my routine and wake up and stuff, this reduces so much time, and it allows for me to go to the restroom, put my shoes on, things like that, and then have just a little bit of time to relax before going to work. That amount of reduction of friction really added to more time of relaxation to me. I know that there could be like an equal opposite to this too, but like this is what I'm saying, like an example of what I'm saying. So what I did was I laid out items that I might need to reduce the amount of time required to get them. So like putting the stuff like for my lunch, whatever, getting ready for my lunch in the morning on the evening before. And then when I come home from work, I do the same thing, and then I'm relaxed for the rest of the time that I have, and then I go to sleep, And I think this is a habit now, and I think I talked about habits in another episode or a future episode after this. But you train yourself to do it again by simply doing it, and it becomes satisfying. And you don't have to deal with it because you already did all of the hard part, and that's the beauty of it. So I did all of the hard part so that I have more relaxation time after that. So now I don't have to do the hard part all the time. And I know certain people in my life, I'm not going to expose them, sweetie. What kind of gay am I to expose people? I know people that like, some people that I probably don't talk to anymore, or people I see, or even people that I like talk to, like I know, like they're my friends or something, and they do. If you're my friend, I'm so sorry I'm attacking you. Sweetie, just do better. Okay, just do better. What's it called? No, like I'm being serious. Like some people that I know, like they do like things so time consuming, and then they're frustrated afterwards because of how time consuming it is, but they didn't take the time to reduce the friction. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. And like, I'm not the only one. Like there's a bunch of people, like if I scroll through social media or like TikTok, whatever, there's like other people that talk about this too. It's like in a different way. I'm saying it in like reduce friction, like that kind of wording, like that kind of jargon, whatever wording. But in reality, it's like you're making it easier for you to do something, and like you're reducing the amount of time it takes and things like that, just being efficient about it. And it can even bring up so many examples of being efficient, but like main point number 2, repetition. So form a habit from this. Okay. The slightest effort to reduce the obstacle. Okay. Slightest effort. Every morning I make my bed every day, which has become a habit. And good habit, sweetie. That good habit benefits me emotionally. Why? Because like I do my bed, I wake up in the morning. I'm already so used to this, by the way. It's like such ritual. If you don't do your bed, like I know that it's probably difficult for you, because like anything new and anything habit, like you got to make a habit of it, This has reduced friction in a lot of ways, and it's helped me emotionally. Why? Because I wake up, I do my bed. I now have a beautifully presented bed and aesthetically pleasing to the eye thing on my bed, because that's like the main part of my room, for example. So when I walk in there, it's already done and everything. I can feel relaxed. I can lay on it. It's done. Like I don't have to deal with it. It looks clean. It doesn't look dirty. I don't know. It's a psychologically, emotionally benefiting thing. And so when my bed is made, I feel relaxed. Lying on it, it also looks perfect in the room. All of these things. And I also get told that my room is attractive. And it's because of these habits that I built, I built these habits to make that way for my emotional well-being. And it's also my safe space, I'm trying to make my safe space feel safe by doing these things that, in my room. I know another person in my life, truly appreciate this person. If you're listening, I mean, he probably won't know that it's him, but whatever. This person, he does the same thing, and I appreciate that from him because it's like, it allows like time. Like I could see it from another point of view. Like I see what his behavior and what he does, and it's like, oh my God, like I appreciate that because like he like does that. He does that already. Like no one's telling him to do it because he figured that out by himself, and like he reduces friction like that too. And so I don't know, that's kind of cool, Anyways, the environment, I said this, I think this is a quote. Yeah, a quote from James Clear. I made, by the way, guys, I'm a graphic designer, and I made like this thing, what's it called? It'll be available on my graphic design website. It's at kevingrijalva.com. I have a shop there. It might not be there by the time this episode is uploaded, or maybe it is, but I made this like poster series, this like triptych poster series. It's like 3 posters, a triptych. And it talks about like habits and things like that. It's this cute little illustration, and you can buy it at my shop. Buy it like, and to have it in your house, whatever. And I designed it. So that's a very great way for you to support me. It might not be there yet, or maybe it is there. It's at kevingrijalva.com. That's my website. And on my shop there, you can probably, I don't know if it's going to be up by the time this episode is out, but it'll be there for purchase when the shop is open, or if it's already open. Guys, I'm so like all over the place, huh? But anyways, yeah. And I think I wrote a quote in one of the posters, and it says, "The environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior." James Clear. And James Clear is a writer. He's a speaker focused on habits, decision making, and continuous improvement. And this quote really like speaks so much volumes. The environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. This applies to so many disciplines, people. Oh my God. Interior design, this is literally what it is. Interior design is shaping the way that the environment is so that it shapes human behavior. It's such manipulative like thing. Like it's like, especially when it comes to like a mall, for example, or like a restaurant. A restaurant, for example, the designer needed to design everything to make sure that there's circulation, kind of like a heart. There's circulation in the restaurant, there's movement and direction. And it's clear, it's obvious, it's not ambiguous, it's just there. But it's designed that way, where psychologically the person, it's happening to them, but they don't even know it's happening. But it's because it was designed that way to do it. And it's the invisible hand that shapes the human behavior. Same when it comes to your room and things like that. It's like my room, I've been told, about my room, for example. And it's like my room is designed in such a way it's an extension of me, what I call it. I designed it the way that I did because it makes me feel good, and it shapes my human behavior that way. It psychologically makes me feel safe, or it psychologically makes me feel relaxed. There's spots and areas to go to and designated places to put things, and it's just very clear and concise, but yet aesthetically pleasing to the eye. And so that's why I really like this quote. The environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. James Clear. I think he has a book. Is it Atomic Habits? Let me look it up, sweetie. I never read it. Yeah, James Clear. He wrote Atomic Habits. Yes. You could probably like find it everywhere. You could find it everywhere. I've seen it at Target. I never read it, but it's a book about habit forming and things like that. Highly recommend books like that. But yeah, he said that. I wanted to share it. So yeah. Anyways, so another point is, how can this be beneficial for things that may be a bad habit for you? So you make good behavior satisfying, right? You make it satisfying by reducing the friction, and you are awarded by the ease of use. So, sorry if I made some noise. What do I mean by that? Okay. You make the good behavior satisfying. So, doing my bed in the morning by reducing the friction. So, I reduce friction by doing the bed in the morning. I don't have to deal with it. And I'm awarded by the ease of use of it. Like, I can simply lay on it. It's not dirty. It's clean. It's presentable. All of these things. That's my award. What's my award for like doing my crap with, the day before work? I reduced friction by preparing my lunch stuff before the day, on the evening before work, whatever. And I reduced the friction, and I'm awarded by the morning. In the morning, I have a very easy time, relaxed feeling of, grabbing my shake, drinking it, making the rest of the food or whatever needs to be done. And that's the ease of use. Instead, let's show an opposite Kevin, where this Kevin didn't reduce the friction, and he wakes up in the morning. He's super stressed. He's hurry up and making his shake. He's trying to get his lunch together. Time is running out because he doesn't have that much time. According to my schedule, I don't think I would be able to do it without the way that I do it now. Like, I don't, and I would be stressed. So that's what I mean. Like, a lot of people that I know, like they're stressed, they're tired and all these because they're using so much so much mental energy to like prepare, when they could have just used that a smaller amount of mental energy to like reduce the friction the day before, or like something like doing the bed, and then you're relaxed later. I don't know. If you're listening to this, maybe you look at like what you do. I don't know. So if something or an object is giving you a lousy emotion, we may move that way or put it somewhere we don't see it for now and see how you react. So if there's an object in your room, like, I don't know where you're at, but look around. If there's something that makes you like, like it doesn't make you feel like anything, or you feel like weird about it or like gross, put it like in the closet and then go about your day and whatever. Do you remember it? How do you feel? What emotional state are you in without whatever you removed? Okay, so I think in the next episode, if this is episode 2, I think, right? Let me check, guys. Yeah. In episode 3, which is the episode following this episode, I'm going to talk about objects in the environment. And I'm going to highlight a little bit about the relationship with objects and the environment. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But yeah, try that. That's a little tip for you. And yeah, that's the end of this sort of thing. So once upon a tea, this is like a little segment that I try to work on, but I can't. I don't have anything written down. I just, once upon a tea, I don't know. Let's like some tea, sweetie. We're gay. We have to spill some tea. I think I have a crush on someone. I mean, by the time like I release this episode, like I don't know where I'm gonna be at in that kind of state. But for now, at the date of recording this episode, I have a little crush on someone. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, let's recap, sweetie. Reducing friction by forming good habits, helping not only your emotional state, but the time you save. Environmental awareness. What can you do to remove friction? Okay. And repetition. Okay. Every morning, do your bed, or, reduce the friction, make it a habit. It'll become normal. And how can this be a beneficial thing for you? Okay. You're rewarded by the ease of use. Okay, so you make good behavior satisfying by reducing the friction, and you're rewarded by the ease of use. Awesome. All right, the day's advice, people. Let's give a little bit of advice. Look around, perhaps in your room, wherever you are, and find one thing, just one task for now, nothing it, just one, that you can change to start reducing the friction and ease the emotional attack that it gives you, and reduce time, conflict, and speed. Some sort of process, just like I do with my work stuff, sweetie. Okay? So what can you do? Find something in your room, okay? and reduce the friction. See how that works. All right. Musical spotlight, sweetie. I really want to try to do this. The other episodes probably don't have a musical spotlight, but a little special person, I absolutely appreciate this person, has showed me this song. I have a whole playlist with like these like old like music, whatever, like old music, and I really like it. But yeah, this song is called Musical Spotlight is When I Fall in Love by Nat King Cole. Let me see if I can bring it up here, sweeties. I love this song. It's like, I don't know, but it's so soft and stuff, and he talks about like falling in love. Oh, I love it. I don't want to get copyrighted, so let me see. Right here. I fall in love. So beautiful. I love it. It will be forever. I love it.
Or I'll never fall in love.
Okay, people. All right. So that's the musical spotlight. When I Fall in Love by Nat King Cole. Highly recommend. Give it a listen. Yee, people. All right, guys. So that's going to be the end of this episode. Thanks for listening to this era. If you haven't already, leave me a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcast, and give me a follow so you don't miss a new episode. Then stay tuned for the next episode. Who knows what I'm going to be talking. Oh, well, I said what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about relationship with objects. So yeah, give it a listen, and I will catch you in the next episode. Thank you, guys. Love you.